I didn't let my brother's girlfriend stay in my guest room after she made a scene at dinner. I have this 2-bedroom apartment downtown that I rent, and honestly, I love it. My brother Austin has crashed in my guest room probably 20 times over the past few years. He respects my space, always cleans up after himself, never makes a mess. So when he texted me asking if he and his new girlfriend could stay the weekend while they visited the city, I said sure without even thinking about it. The girlfriend's name was Tori. I hadn't met her yet, but Austin seemed really into her, so I figured she'd be cool. Friday night rolls around and they show up at my door around 6. Tori walks in and immediately starts looking around my apartment like she's inspecting it. She opens my coat closet, peeks into my bathroom, even checks out my kitchen cabinets. I thought maybe she was just being curious, but it felt weird. Austin suggested we go grab dinner at this Italian place down the street. It's nothing fancy, but they have really good pasta and the bread is amazing. We get seated and everything seems fine at first. We're looking at menus and Tori asks what I do for work. I tell her I'm a graphic designer and she nods but doesn't really say anything back. Then our waiter brings bread to the table and Tori just starts talking. She goes, "So you rent this apartment, right?" I'm like, "Yeah, been there for 3 years." And she literally laughs and says, "Oh, so you're one of those people who just throws money away every month?" I genuinely thought she was joking, so I laughed a little, but she keeps going. She says renting is basically the most financially irresponsible thing a person can do, and that people who rent are the reason they'll never build any real wealth. I try to explain that I like the flexibility, since my job might relocate me in the next couple years, and I don't want to be stuck with a mortgage. She just rolls her eyes. Then she says, "Well, maybe if you didn't waste so much money eating out at restaurants, you could actually afford a down payment on a house." Austin's face goes completely red and he tells her to drop it, but Tori won't stop. She starts going off about how people like me are part of the reason the economy is messed up, because we don't prioritize homeownership, and we just live these irresponsible lifestyles. At this point, I'm done being polite. I tell her straight up that she's being rude and condescending, and that my financial choices are none of her business. She looks shocked, like she can't believe I'm calling her out. The waiter brings our food, and we eat in complete silence. Austin tries to make small talk, but it's so awkward that he gives up after like 2 minutes. We finish eating and head back to my apartment. As soon as we walk in, I pull Austin aside into my bedroom and tell him I don't feel comfortable having Tori stay in my home anymore. He tries to apologize for her and says she didn't mean it the way it came out. But I'm not budging. I tell him he's welcome to stay, but Tori needs to find somewhere else to sleep. Apparently, Tori was standing right outside my bedroom door because she bursts in and starts yelling at me. She says I'm being overly sensitive and dramatic and that she was just trying to give me financial advice. She says I'm taking everything too personally and that I need to learn how to handle constructive criticism. I tell her that wasn't constructive criticism. That was just her being rude for no reason. Austin's standing there looking like he wants to disappear. Tori grabs her bag and storms out of my apartment. Austin follows her, and before he leaves, he turns around and says I overreacted and that I put him in a really awkward position. Then they're both gone. About an hour later, I get a text from Austin saying they're staying at a hotel and that he's really disappointed in me. He says Tori was just trying to help and that I made her feel unwelcome. I text back and say she made herself unwelcome by insulting me at dinner and disrespecting me in my own home. He doesn't respond. The next morning, my mom calls me. Apparently, Tori called her and told her some twisted version of what happened where I kicked them out for no reason. My mom's asking me why I was so mean to Austin's girlfriend and saying I should have just let it go. I explain the whole thing and my mom says Tori probably just has strong opinions about money and that I should have been more understanding. I hang up and text Austin asking if we can talk. He leaves me on read. 2 days go by and I don't hear anything from him. Then on Tuesday, I get a long text from Tori. She says she forgives me for overreacting and that she understands I'm probably insecure about my living situation. She says if I ever want advice on how to start saving for a house, she'd be happy to help me make a budget. I don't even respond. I just block her number.